On March 29th, 2022, a tweet went out onto the internet and it said, "If you start today and watch one episode a day of the existing Barry HBO seasons, you'll end the day before season 3 premieres." And I said to myself, mission accepted. 48 hours later, I'd failed miserably. Having watched all 16 episodes of season 1 and 2 nearly back to back, it left me with a bunch of questions. Why aren't my friends watching Barry? Why aren't they recommending Barry? Why aren't they arguing about Barry? Why aren't they talking about Barry? What I'm going to try and do here today is give you as many reasons as I can to watch Barry without spoiling Barry. So first up, the official description from the HBO website. Barry is a dark comedy starring Bill Hader as a depressed, low-rent hitman from the Midwest. Lonely and dissatisfied in his life, he reluctantly travels to Los Angeles to execute a hit on an aspiring actor. Barry follows his mark into an acting class and ends up finding an accepting community in a group of eager hopefuls within the LA theater scene. He wants to start a new life as an actor, but his criminal past won't let him walk away. Can he find a way to balance both worlds? Now, if you're not convinced by now, I'm going to assume you don't know who Bill Hader is, and instead of making fun of you for it, I'm going to reach out with a helping hand and I'm going to tell you all the interesting things about him. Born June 7, 1978, was a Christmas tree salesman, got into improv, started a comedy group with a friend. His friend told his brother, actor Nick Offerman, about their comedy group. Nick Offerman then told his wife, Megan Mullally, about the group. Megan Mullally then got Bill an interview to join the cast of Saturday Night Live. So who is Bill Hader? He is a comedic genius who spent 8 years as a Saturday Night Live cast member, having landed the job after an interview was lined up by none other than Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally, aka Ron and Tammy Swanson from Parks and Recreation. If you are a Parks and Recs fan, this should absolutely be enough, but I will continue nonetheless with some more reasons. Before joining the SNL cast, Hader was landing around 4 roles a year between 2005 and 2008. While trying to break into Hollywood, he took what he could find and left the world with a wild rollercoaster of ridiculous one-off characters such as Officer Slater from Superbad and Dave from Hot Rod. After he signed up with Saturday Night Live, his career took off with roles such as Private Miller in Pineapple Express, The Shaman from Year One, and Andy Warhol in Men in Black 3, just to name a few of them. You're still not convinced? Bill Hader is a hilarious actor with comedy chops some would argue unparalleled, but he always wanted to create, to direct, and to write, and that is when Barry was born. In 2018, he co-created and started starring in Barry, for which he received 8 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for acting, writing, producing, and directing. In 2018 and 2019, he won Emmys as Outstanding Best Actor in a Comedy Series, as well as a bunch of other nominations. If you still by now can't trust me that this is worth even a little bit of your time, then how about this? There's a self-contained episode in season 2 of Barry that exists almost completely within a narrative bubble. Believe it or not, I actually wasn't sure if I was going to watch Barry. I mean, Bill Hader is an amazing comedian, but he's playing a killer, and I wasn't sure if it was going to have that amazing kind of dynamic that happened from the dude from Third Rock from the Sun going into Dexter. I didn't know. But that is when a friend of mine showed me episode 5, season 2, Ronnie/Lily. From beginning to end, I experienced no spoilers whatsoever that I could discern, while at the same time I was able to understand so completely the dynamics of the show and what made it so worth watching. You might be able to tell right now that I'm a Bill Hader fan, but he is not the only actor making the series worth watching. It also has Stephen Root, the prolific character actor from Office Space and the coach from Dodgeball, Henry Winkler from The Waterboy and Arrested Development, and some amazing acting by Anthony Carrigan, Sarah Goldberg, and Glenn Fleshler. If by now I have not convinced you of the majesty that is the series Barry, I have a final argument why you should watch it. And depending on where you are in the world, let's say Australia, you have access to services like Binge, which have a 2-week trial for free. That means that if it took me 48 hours to watch seasons 1 and 2, you could watch seasons 1, 2, and 3 and still have about 11 of your 14 days left to watch other things for free. If you do want that, I've got affiliate codes and more information in the description below. If this was in any way helpful or you had fun, go throw a like or a comment or whatever, but go and watch Barry. It's a good show and it is worth your time. And then after watching Barry, you come back here, obviously, and you subscribe to the channel, obviously, and then you write a comment, obviously, that says, Joel, you were right. Barry's really good. Actually, you should just subscribe now because if you enjoy Barry, you will enjoy my next video.